Greetings, fellow Ambazonians. This is Capo Daniel, the president of the Ambazonian People's Advocacy platform. I've come today to you after a period of consultation in view with the prevailing situation in Ground Zero to announce to you an end of the ban against Cameroun Brasseries products, and also to announce to you a new ban against Supermonte mineral water products that are being sold in Ambazonia. I call on our people to boycott Supermonte. As you know very well, Brasseries, which is a product owned by the BGI Castel Group, have also purchased the Guinness Cameroun. So now Brasseries and Guinness have become one conglomerate. We must treat both the Brasseries or the BGI Castel Group's brewery product equally as we treat the UCB products of the Kaji Group. All brewery industry must be treated equally. Instead of this ban, our forces should demand from wholesalers and snacks bar and nightclubs that put extra value on their products and close late at night to pay a liberation tax. These taxes should be proportional and should be collected by the dominant force in any area of their control. It's time for every company, especially these foreign brewery companies, to pay their own fair share back into our economy and support our community and our effort to defend our community against foreign occupation. Liberation tax should not be excessive and should be collected with receipts in an accountable manner and in a manner that can be distributed amongst all forces that operate within a specific area. Fellow Ambazonians, even though we must maintain a wartime mentality amongst our population, it is also very important that we do not allow our struggle to be perceived as an anti-social movement that kicks against the enjoyment or pleasures of our people even during a period of war. It is very important that our soldiers allow off-license beer parlors, bottle dance parlors to operate without interruption unnecessarily. Even during this conflict, our people must be allowed to enjoy themselves and have some fun with reasonable expectation for security issues depending on a situation basis. Our economic sabotage effort should focus on stopping Cameroon exportation of our cash crop and its exploitation of our natural resources. Foreign companies must pay their own token to our community and must prioritize the employment of local workers. From today, no brewery industry will be permitted to use francophones to transport or distribute their products in Ambazonia. The termination of this ban against Brasseries product is also an appropriate response to the incidents that led to the death of the journalist Anye Chair, who died in an operation of our forces who were attempting to close a bar because the owner of that bar is allegedly selling Brasseries product in one of his branches in Quen. We must ensure that such incidents do not repeat itself in our liberation struggle. The termination of this ban will also eliminate the Cameroon military network that has been built around those who supply or sell Brasseries product. Because of the ban, those people who sell Brasseries product have been relying on the Cameroon military and collaborating with them to secure their protection for their businesses. When this ban is terminated, there will be no need for these people to collaborate with the Cameroon military and acting as spies or blackleg. It is going to eliminate a big network of Cameroon spies within our territory and keep our society free from Cameroon military operation. The termination of this ban is also going to put an end to the black market in brewery products, where we have discrepancy in prices. You now have Brasseries products being sold in upstations where the Cameroon military have static control of the price of about 600 colonial currency, and it's been sold downtown Bamenda to the price of about 900 or 850 francs for the same drink. These price discrepancies must end and will discourage our people who have been increasingly partying around Cameroon military members up station to stay downtown with our people to have pleasure for themselves, and will secure the support of our people. Fellow Ambazonians, there will be intransigent groups who may seek to impose a ban which is no longer valid. Reasons for this ban do no longer exist. Such intransigent groups must explain to our people their rationale if they must continue to impose this ban. But I advise every other Ambazonian groups in Ground Zero, due to the diverse nature of our struggle, to accept to implement these policy changes that are very fundamental. Our people should also be reminded that any argument against the removal or the termination of this ban for Brasseries product will be made in the same line as those people who are so hardline and are out of touch with our people, and they refuse the changes in educational policy that I had campaigned for and pushed forward. Those changes in educational policy had saved our struggle. It has not empowered the enemy, but it has empowered our own people and make our refugees to return back home. Our change in a complete ban of education to the approval of community schools, from the private schools to mission schools, had saved our struggle from an imminent destruction. When a law has become a bad law and you continue to hold on to that law, it is going to undermine other laws and eventually put even our ghost town and many of our policies in jeopardy. Because once people start to feel that a law is not effective, a law is no longer needed or justifiable, and they will be increasingly disobeying that law, it will now open the door for other laws to be undermined as well, and the authority of our struggle and our movement will eventually be eroded by this unnecessary ban. So all off-license, all bar parlors will be allowed by our forces on Ground Zero to operate and sell every brewery industry that are available in the open market, and will seek to collect liberation tax rather than banning this product outrightly. As I said, there will be some few intransigent groups that for no reason will come up against reasonable solutions to our liberation struggle. But the majority of our population should stand firm on sound policies and on rational prosecution of our liberation struggle, because that is the only way we are going to defeat La République. That is the only way we are going to safeguard the integrity of our struggle and good conduct amongst our forces. While it is true that over 90% of the forces, their opinion will be that we ban all brewery industry, 90% of our population, their opinion is also that we uplift this ban. It's going to solve a lot of problems. I've taken this decision and full responsibility for this decision, and I ask all Ambazonians who listen to me as the most listened to, most credible Ambazonian leader to abide by this law and now continue to sell Brasseries products and UCB Kaji products equally without the fear of any harassment. Our struggle, as I said, is not an anti-social movement. We are also aware that alcohol, drug, and entertainment have been used previously and have been used in our territory to undermine our collective ability to react or to collectively demand what we want. There are other measures that are going to be taken to counter those considerations. But for now, our people must understand that this is not a war against the so-called normalcy. We are against Cameroon control. We are against Cameroon rule. We are not against social life. We are not against people living their normal life, so long as they do so under Ambazonian control, under Ambazonian directive. Our people should continue to respect the ghost town, which are very fundamental, and focus on economic sabotage and the implementation of the Haiti solution. Increasingly, our forces must adopt to the ghost fighter mode of guerrilla warfare. Our increasing military success should not make our soldiers to be very relaxed. Yesterday, the camp of our brave General Lucifer, was raided by the Cameroon terrorist occupation forces. The general is fine, with his soldiers are fine. They have regrouped and they will continue to strike the enemy very hard. Our forces also in Chomba had an attack from the colonialists. One of the soldiers there was lost, unfortunately, and our forces there to know that we stand with them and continue to encourage them to be able for them to build more better relationship with the community in Santa, because anytime we have conflict within our forces and the community, the enemy exploit those gaps to be able to make gains against our forces. We are doing so fine. We are doing fine. We are doing marvelously. I want to thank the United Forces in Boyo for the wonderful job they have done. I want to thank all our forces for the great job they have been doing so far. So far, La République is losing more forces in our territory than the United States of America were losing in the last days of their occupation in Afghanistan. But we must be rational. We must be reasonable. I'm going to put forth policies for our struggle that will lead us forward. And I'm calling on all our leadership to align themselves, every group to align themselves with my leadership as we move forward. We must make sure that our narrative and our propagation is in line with international law. Otherwise, we will lose the narrative that the Cameroon government have been pushing, that we are trying to create a new country and many other things. So stay tuned, and we'll continue to engage with our people and other forces and other factions to make sure that we are all in sync and we are all doing the right thing. But given the vegetative nature of many of our organizations, I must take the primary responsibility to move our struggle forward. God bless you all.